Hi, my name is Dr. Richard Presso. I run a company called Magrav's Plasma Products, and my company distributes the products from an organization called the Keshe Foundation. The Keshe Foundation technology is, in my opinion, quite extraordinary. It has the potential to transform life as we know it on this planet. That's a big statement, I know, and it'll take a little while for those things to happen if it ever does. But there are some very interesting products. Today I sell products that relate to pain relief, pain pen and pain pad. I also sell a little unit that you can plug into your house that'll reduce your power bill by about 60% over time. And also soon I will be able to sell a power unit, a generator that will completely power your house without any access to the grid from a little tiny box that'll power it forever. Pretty extraordinary stuff. There's also amazing work being done in the health field, but that just gives you a snapshot of me and my business. I am an engineer by training. I have a PhD in materials engineering, though I've never used it, and I've worked in the computer industry for most of my working career. So I've been using CS Cart since about March of 2016, so about a year and a half, give or take. I've been selling products online for best part of a decade, so I'm a bit familiar with working with the internet, and I actually had quite a nice shopping cart which does lots of things for me. However, what it didn't have was the ability to support multiple stores, and so I went looking for a package that allowed me to have multiple storefronts from the one back end, which CS Cart does beautifully. And so I looked at a couple of others, but I just felt that CS Cart was the best option for what I was trying to do, and I've been very pleased with that choice. In terms of the rest of my systems, as I said, I've been around the internet for a decade or so, and so setting up my website and that kind of stuff surrounding it was straightforward. In terms of the carts themselves, with a bit of support from the tech support team at CS Cart, I've actually done it all myself. It's not very sophisticated, but it works and works very well for me. In terms of buying the license, I just went online and ordered it. That simple. I wasn't working through anybody else. I ordered it directly with CS Cart. If it's of interest to you to record this, one of the things that was of interest to me was to be able to email everybody that came and registered with me. And so one of the things I had done was another Russian software company actually built an interface for me between CS Cart and the existing shopping cart system that I've been using, which has an excellent autoresponder and so on system, which, as I said, I've been using for many years, and it just works beautifully. And so every time somebody orders a product or they register on one of the storefronts, that triggers a record in that other database, that other shopping cart, and it works beautifully. It allows me to run my business so sweetly, so I can email particular purchases of a particular product from a particular store, and it works a treat. I chose CS Cart because, as I mentioned, I was looking for a shopping cart product which enabled me to support multiple storefronts. So today I have a storefront for the US and Canada, which is in US dollars. I have a storefront for Australia and New Zealand, which is in Aussie dollars, and I have a storefront that services Europe and the rest of the world, which is in euros. And so I wanted to be able to do that. It was critical, I felt, for my business, and I'm very pleased I made that decision. As I said, there are not, in my looking, too many shopping carts that support multiple storefronts in an easy, manageable way from the back end in the way that CS Cart does. There are one or two others that are out there, but as I said, I felt that CS Cart was just a better option, and really that, above all else, was what drove my decision. Also the fact that it's a pretty widely installed package meant that there was going to be good support, and also I thought probably lots of add-ons for the basic cart. And I've been very pleased with that decision because I've been able to find easily a developer to do some add-on work for me. I've been able to pick up some add-on bits and pieces to augment the basic function, although largely I run it fairly basically as it comes. And the other thing that I've added recently, which may be of interest to others, is that I've taken the opportunity offered by SimTech, the sister services company to CS Cart, to host my shopping cart. And I've been very pleased that I made that decision. I had performance issues on my old server. That's been addressed, and the service out of SimTech has been marvelous. Firstly, I love CS Cart because it allows me to manage my multiple storefronts from one location. It also does a really nice job of being able to track the inventory that I need. I can top up my inventory easily as I place orders and simply manage it all from the back end. I have added a little extra add-on which enables me to manage the multiple currency side of things a little, which is important in my business. And really the ability to easily manage orders is very valuable to me. For example, in some cases I will receive an order in the United States, some of which will be supplied from my warehouse in the US, and some of it will be drop shipped out of the factory in Europe. And so I split that order into two, and it's very easy to do. Similarly, there are times when, in recent times, I've been upgrading customers from one particular product to another. And again, that's been very easy to do. So really, there are so many little things. It's again, because it's a mature package and there are a lot of people using it, there's a lot of feedback and a lot of awareness of how to improve and move forward the package, and it really shows, in my opinion, some great maturity, and I'm very pleased with it from that perspective. I have no desire to look elsewhere. I'm really very happy with CS Cart, the service they provide, the functionality they provide. It's been marvelous for me, and I would recommend it to anybody. I guess I just answered the question about recommendation. I really would recommend CS Cart to anyone who's looking for a shopping cart, particularly when they want multiple storefronts. I think that's one of its great strengths, the ability to support multiple storefronts and do it in an easy to manage manner. Again, the other reason I would recommend it is the support I've found has just been great. It's responsive. Really, the support that I get is consistent with the level of request that I make. Even at times, little changes to, for example, a packing list. The guys at CS Cart modified that for me on my system because that was just the easiest way to get that done, and it was just perfect. I'm extremely happy with CS Cart and would very readily recommend it to anybody if they're looking for this kind of function.